I'm Rebecca and I'm the Education Officer at Islington Museum. And at Islington Museum we received funding from the Gallipoli Centenary Education Project in 2015 to research and commemorate our local involvement with the Gallipoli campaign. Before we started the project we were aware that some local soldiers had served and died at Gallipoli, and during the course of the project we were lucky enough to discover our own local regiment, the Finsbury Rifles War Diary, and that was really the inspiration for the project. The War Diary told the story of the Finsbury Rifle from leaving Liverpool on the HMS Aquitania to travel to the Dardanelles, and it told the journey they experienced in Gallipoli, everything from the disastrous battles they fought in to the mundane realities of daily life on the front. With this project we worked with 7 different schools. We worked with 5 local primary schools with about 170 pupils, and we worked with 2 SEN secondary schools with about 25 pupils. And we took part in 2 different projects. We created a music video and documentary film about the Gallipoli campaign, and the secondary schools created 2 textile banners exploring the story of the Finsbury Rifles in Gallipoli. For the music project, we were very aware that we were working with children from lots of different communities, including some from the Turkish and Kurdish communities, and we wanted to reflect their cultural experience of the Gallipoli campaign as well. So we taught the children songs in both English and Turkish from the First World War. We worked with 2 musicians. We worked with Jonathan, a cellist, and also with Firat, who was Turkish Cypriot and had an experience of both the Turkish music style and also Turkish instruments used at the time. We were also lucky enough to find some amazing young musicians within the schools we worked at, particularly Ali, who was an expert in the saz and really helped us to experience the songs as they would have been sung at the time of the campaign.
But most of the men who were singing...
The other element is a narrative in text recorded by the young people we worked with, and it's a patchwork of primary source material of text written by people who were actually at Gallipoli, both English speaking and Turkish speaking, recording their experiences. It's a narrative which roughly traces the journey of a soldier going to Gallipoli, the living conditions, the experience of fighting there and the experience of death.
We then encouraged the children to create their own sound background to the text, exploring the emotions and experiences of those who'd first written them and trying to understand what it might have been like for them being on the Gallipoli campaign.
For a given text, I might read the text to them, ask them to pick out some of the key words in it, and then find a way of singing those words in a way which reflects the quality of the words themselves. We tried to make sure that during the music sessions with the children that a representative from Islington Museum was always there, either Rebecca or a colleague, always trying to enthuse the children to really imagine the situation that they're writing music about or singing about. Obviously the challenge of that is that it's a really serious, quite heavy subject matter. So Firat's the musician I work with, and I try to keep it as light as possible with some games in the middle. Certainly I know from my own experience working professionally as a cellist that a recording for professional musicians is a really difficult thing to do. It's incredibly energy sapping, having to concentrate so hard to keep it totally quiet in a room. So hats off to all of the pupils who did manage to keep it quiet enough for us to make recordings of the texts, the sound art and the final songs that we recorded.
So with the art pieces, we were really keen to have a visual art piece exploring the journey of the Finsbury Rifles. We had a wonderful photography archive. One of the Finsbury Rifles was actually a photographer and took amazing photographs of the Rifles on campaign, both their daily lives and what it might have been like during the battles. Those were the inspiration for the banners that you can see in the documentary film. They used lots of different styles of printing and mark making, including monoprinting and mark making with materials such as cardboard, old wheels and bubble wrap to create a really interesting texture. They marked out the Gallipoli Peninsula and the Dardanelles Strait. They then used the archive photographs as inspiration for their own drawings. Once they'd done the drawings, we turned these into stencils and screen printed them on top of the Gallipoli Peninsula. The final video you will watch combines both the music and songs that we taught to the students, the sound art the students created empathising with the soldiers' experience, and the texts they recorded, which were all original historical documents. We hope you enjoy it. Hopefully this will be a way to share that experience with everyone else in Islington and help them to commemorate the campaign and understand its significance both historically and for our community today.